Hi guys! I know it's been a while since you've seen me. I have just been doing hauls. And that's pretty much been it for a while. I did that one vlog, but that was a while ago. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys. I wonder if I'm upside down. I hope not. But, because usually my time's in a different spot. Hold on. No, I guess that's just how it is. Okay, kitties are with me. I'm sitting in the living room right now. I didn't feel like standing in the kitchen. I have the stove on cooking dinner and it's hot. It's been hot here. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about our vacation. I didn't really get to vlog it because it was a week-long vacation that went very quickly, too quickly. I had too much planned in that time and trying to get everything done. I videoed some stuff. Stop it, Chaos. Excuse me, the dog. Come here, Lottie. I had videoed some of the stuff we did, and I'll play that at the end. We did a lot of trails and stuff. We looked around some of the other parts of, hi BB, some of the other parts of New England, just seeing what's around, what's there, you know, and in the future maybe where we would like to live somewhere else one day. So we will take a look and see, you know, just getting an idea of things. And, you know, we went on a lot of hikes and we stayed up in northern Vermont. So it was like an hour or 45 minutes from Canada. It's very, please stop. No, she's eating the tripod. I don't usually film with the dog with me, so she's like, ooh, what's going on? But yeah, so we stayed in a place called Westmore. It was on Lake Willoughby at a very nice Airbnb. I'll insert some pictures. I didn't take pictures because we got there at around 10 o'clock at night. And by the time we got there with the kids and everything, I wasn't videoing it. And then, you know, the next day the house looked quite lived in. And I left when we left, I left at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. to drive back. So I wasn't videoing the house after it was all like, you know, cleaned up and nice looking. That wasn't happening. And it's hard too because I don't film my kids and most of my family. It's hard to video stuff when they're all around. So that makes it difficult. But I did video some of the trails and stuff. It was really nice. It was a really nice Airbnb. And she was a wonderful lady to use. So like I said, I'll include pictures of it. But if you guys are interested in finding out for yourselves and it's the place you'd like to stay, I can give you her information and like what the house was called and everything. So yeah, but it was a really nice time and I enjoyed it. We went on a bunch of trails in Vermont. I wanted to see the lake. It was a huge lake. It was beautiful where we stayed near. And I never thought I would be able to find a deal so reasonable for such a beautiful view and everything, but we did and it was really nice. Also, went to New Hampshire. We saw some stuff in New Hampshire and they had a lot of nice stuff and trails. And we went to Maine. We saw where Chris was lived when he was little. Went to Portland and we saw some stuff there. We also went to Syracuse, New York, which I was not a fan. It really reminds me of the area of Florida I used to live in. Completely different of what you would normally think of for New York. It was very swampy around there. And I was like, yeah, I don't like this. This reminds me of Florida. So, and I mean, some of the areas we went to wasn't the greatest. There was a lot of driving from where we stayed, where Chris was when he was little, where he lived. It took about, I want to say 3 hours to get there. So that was that was the drive. Like, that's the thing. A lot of our trip was driving to different places just because even though where we stayed was beautiful and it was nice if we were just going to stay in Vermont, we didn't. We planned on going to many different places. So that made it a little difficult to like go around. Like everywhere was like far. It took me like, I want to say 6 hours to go to Syracuse from where we stayed, maybe a little bit longer. So I didn't get to see everything I wanted to when I went up to upstate New York. And I also wanted to go to Massachusetts, but that didn't end up happening just because, like I said, time kind of got away from me. I felt like I had more days when I planned the vacation. I did not. But like I said, driving took a big chunk of what we did. And there was 2 days we just stayed at the house because we were exhausted. Like, Chris was sick of driving, my brother was sick of driving, the kids, like, I also wanted to enjoy the house that I paid to stay in. So we did do some stuff there. But besides that, like, some of the things that were disappointing was there was a German deli in Syracuse that my mom specifically wanted to go to since we were going to Syracuse. And they're supposed to have tea-wurst. I'll insert a picture of what tea-wurst is, and you can look up the ingredients and all. It's like a spread. But they didn't have any when we got there, and that was sad because, you know, like, my mom was looking forward to getting some of that. So that was a little disappointing. There was some restaurant my mom wanted to eat at that was, like, completely out of the way, so we never went there. Just little stuff that came up here and there. But we had a really nice time. The kids were glad to have a nice time. The kids were happy that we got to do something, because it's the first normal thing we've done as a family since the pandemic. Like, I haven't taken my kids to the store or anything, so when we did stop in the store and I had them, and which I didn't mind, because, like, the Walmart we went to in Vermont was not half as crowded as the ones near where we live. So, like, when the kids and stuff are looking in these places, or, like, the Walgreens we went into at one point, they were like, I haven't been in a store in so long. And I was comfortable with it because we did have masks on and there wasn't a lot of people there. The part of Vermont we went to didn't seem overpopulated. And I mean, if that was an area that had more economic growth, like more jobs and stuff like that, and better for me and Chris to build our business, I would totally go move there because it is what I like. There wasn't a lot of people. It was more on the desolated side, which is what I like. But I didn't like that the Walmart was half an hour away from the house, and so they have a grocery store called Shaw's that was about half an hour away from the house, so I wasn't a big fan of that. But that's like the give and take. When the time comes one day when me and Chris decide, which could be years from now, that we need to do something else and I could get a house with more property and have more of a homestead, it has to be somewhat close to civilization. It can't be completely in the middle of nowhere, because I don't want to drive half an hour to go to Walmart. I don't want to, do stuff like, it's just a pain in the butt. I'd rather not do it. So yeah, but we, it was really nice though, and we had a good time. I'm trying to think of what else we did. We did a lot of trails and, like I said, parks and stuff, and we stayed at the house for a couple days. The dogs had a great time together. Lottie loves her cousin dog, which is my brother's dog, Luna, and they had a good time together. And I think I have some pictures of them together I'll put on there. But it was really nice, and we had a good time. Unfortunately, like I said, I did not film really like me talking or anything there, just because time got away from me. It was a very long trip. The kitty cats missed me very much. I got home the following night at probably, when we came back, at like 10 o'clock. And the cats were like freaking out when I got home. They were so happy. It was nice to be home. It felt weird to be home because I haven't taken a vacation for that long in a long time. So, like, my house felt weird to be back in. Let me know if that happens to you. Like, my mom said the same thing. It felt like empty, our house, or weird. Yeah, let me know in the comments if that happens to you when you go on long trips. Because I just, like I said, it's been a long time since I've gone on a long one. My garden suffered a little bit because apparently there was a heat wave going on here when that was happening. So even though it rained a lot and I watered a lot beforehand, it suffered a little. I'm trying to bring it back. We had to drive back through the city because the GPS took us through there. So we had to go through New York City, not the actual city, but like the highway that goes through it. And it was super busy. We did drive through Massachusetts, but I was sleeping when we did because Chris was driving. It was like 4 a.m. But it was sad because I didn't get to see it. We drove to the city part, which is not what I wanted to see of Massachusetts. I wanted to look at more of the western side. And I saw Connecticut. So now I have seen all of the East Coast states. That's something. And my children have. But yeah, so that was really the only thing that took us a long time, was that we drove through and got stuck in that traffic. And that added some time to our trip. But all in all, it was a nice time. I'd like to go on a vacation again up that way next year, and maybe stay in upstate New York instead, just because then I can go to places that are closer to there instead of being so far away from everything. But yes, I would highly recommend Vermont for a vacation if you guys Haven't been. It was very nice there. It's very beautiful. It's so different, like driving through all the different states and looking at how North Carolina's mountains and stuff look compared to other states, even like Vermont and New Hampshire are so close to each other, they look totally different. And I thought that was pretty neat. So yeah, I do apologize that, like I said, I've been fairly bad with putting my videos up this week just because of getting in the swing of things. Today's the 23rd I'm recording this, so I'm hoping to get it up in the next couple days. I gotta file through all my clips, and I will, like I said, we'll put them at the end for you guys to watch. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one.